I'm in Egypt and I'm in one of the temples, and all of a sudden I'm laughing and laughing and laughing. And I hadn't laughed like that in years. And so it was like this beautiful gift that I could be in grief and have joy at the same time. And the Egyptian Blue Lotus was a little tiny seed that would need to grow down in the muck of the mud at the bottom of the water. And so it needs the elements, right? There's the muck of the mud, the earth and the water. And then it strives to be something more, right? So that little seed is like wondering, what am I? What am I? And in that striving and that wondering, it cracks open, begins to root and begins to grow up towards the air, towards the sun, towards the sky. And eventually a bloom comes and it opens. And that's a metaphor really of the path of self-realization, right? And in any given thing, self-realization doesn't have to be like, oh, now I am the Buddha, I am fully awakened, it's done. Right, no, because then I have to go do the laundry. You think about this bloom that opens and the way it's like your eyes brighten and life feels rich and full. And
it's really beautiful.
It's kind of like that, right? And so altered space is about not saying any one of those images are the divine, God, creator, Allah, whatever you want to call that. But they're all aspects of the divine. They're all archetypes, right, of the divine. And they're all archetypes of our own nature as well. And we have that divine nature within us. We started with a water ceremony on the main stage. And then we did water. And then we did an earth ceremony. And then we did an air ceremony. And so we had these elements, right? And we had a bowl of water the first year. And I wanted to bring that and land it somewhere. So Altered Space said, sure, bring the elements back here. And it's beautiful to witness people coming throughout the day and sitting with that fire and watching their process. And so many people, not everybody, some people just are like, need a place to sit, and that's fine. They have a relationship with that fire. And something happens, right? Whether it's simply integrating what just happened on the path, a few turns down or something in there, whatever it is, right? We're all carrying what we all carry. And just to see the fire hold it for them. In a lot of the things I do, and in the classes I teach and my work with clients, tours, all of this, ultimately it's about arriving into this moment. Here we are. And how do we make choices from here? Because every choice we make determines what's next. All of a sudden, you'll duck under these trees. I mean, you don't literally have to duck. You can just walk, but it feels it gets shady and you kind of walk in and there's altered space. Right before they got to us, they'd turn off the music and they'd walk through altered space. And right on the other side, they'd turn it on again. And I'm like, hallelujah. It was really great.
Wow.
But that was only the 1 year.
Oh, so
other years they just walk on through. So if you're listening to this out there, disco car people,
please turn it down just temporarily.
Just temporarily, just through that stretch.
People are trying to meditate over here. Let's not make it hard for them.
Oh. Some people walk through and they're oblivious, right? They're so in their world.
Yeah.
Right? In their mind and whatever experience they're having.
Yeah.
And some people, they're like all in their own experience and they walk into that spot and all of a sudden they like look up and they look around and they get quiet. And they're like, something's happening here. And right at that moment, the next person steps up and I think they're going to cut me off. And they look at me and I look at them and in their hand is a rake. And they're like, I just need to return this rake. And I'm like, I just need a rake. That's all I need. And so it was, right, that synchronicity moment at fair happens all the time where you need something and what you need just happens to walk by.